Historic structures, architectural gems, once prominent in the community, then forgotten, abandoned, and left to deteriorate. Can these buildings be brought back to life?
I feel like our historic properties are a really important piece of Joplin. They're an important piece of our history. They tie us to the past and tie us to where we came from and where we're going.
The Joplin Redevelopment Corporation, known as the JRC, was created in 2000 to encourage redevelopment and reinvestment in blighted areas of the city. Blighted areas can be defined as dilapidated structures, underutilized, or even hazardous properties. The JRC is a way for the city to partner with private investors to save these buildings, not only preserving the history, but saving and extending the lifespan of these local landmarks.
It's probably one of our best programs we have ever created, because what you've seen is these older buildings, these historic assets. It's one of the very few programs that can be utilized to save them.
The process starts when a developer approaches the JRC board with a plan for repairs and modifications the building needs. If approved by the board, it then moves on to the city council for review and approval.
A lot of that could be a whole interior rehab, outside rehab, new electrical, really bringing that building up to building code and making it safe. And also, they also follow the historic preservation requirements, so that building is preserved historically as well.
The JRC is Joplin's Urban Redevelopment Corporation, under Missouri's Chapter 353 law. Targeted areas may be a neighborhood or a single lot. Under this law, the JRC takes beneficial ownership of the building for tax abatement purposes. The JRC enters an agreement with the developer for the redevelopment and restoration of the building.
And I've been on this for approximately 7 or 8 years.
Andy Perrigo is a current member of the JRC board. The board is comprised of volunteers who are appointed by the city council. The board considers offers presented by private citizens for property held by the JRC. They will work with appraisers and realtors in the area to determine a fair market value for the building. The board's meetings and records are open to the public.
The old dilapidated building that has been vacant for many years, the person that's purchasing the property might come to the JRC asking that the tax rate be frozen for a period of 15 to 20 years.
The JRC must own the building to be redeveloped in order for it to be eligible for tax abatements. That means the tax assessment of the building is frozen at the pre-improvement level.
It helps fill the gap of trying to figure out the funding and the financing and stuff like that for the property.
So the project becomes more affordable and feasible.
The goal of everyone that's involved in the process is to see that building preserved, but also you want to see that building being reused. So many of the buildings you'll see apartments, new apartments above, new businesses below.
Today, over 13 such buildings have been revitalized in Joplin, making our community more vibrant.
Personally, I have 3 buildings on Main Street, and we have been able to take advantage of this for all 3 buildings, which really helps.
Next time you're in downtown, take some time to appreciate these restored local landmarks. If it weren't for the JRC, we may have lost their history and architectural treasures.
By being able to take and repurpose these buildings, it brings new life and new vitality to our downtown, of course, which downtown is the heart of the community, and it's just a really special place. And by being able to bring these buildings back and make them function again, it brings people back, it brings life back, and it really helps the whole entire community thrive, but to have a thriving downtown.